Hello and welcome back to the 2024 Formula 4 Saudi Arabia Championship, certified by FIA. This is Aaron Thompson coming to you live now for the third race of the event, and I'm joined as always by Luca Felipe.
Hello Aaron, race 3, so a lot of action here going on.
Yes, indeed, a lot of action on track, a lot of action off track as well as we prepare the cars for the third race of the season and the second last race of the event. And we're coming back to you in another 2 hours' time for the grand finale, the last race of the event. And in just a week's time, we're back in Kuwait again for the second event. Of course, this double header here at the Kuwait Motor Town.
So the circuit has been amazing to us, like the facilities and the circuit itself with the layout is brilliant. The drivers literally love this place, and it's one of those circuits, very technical, very difficult, with so many corners. So yeah, we just have to wait improvement for the guys lap by lap, race by race.
Well, from your lips to the driver's ears, because I believe we're just about to go down to the pre-grid interviews with Marcello Puglisi.
Here we are back on the grid, ready for the third race of this weekend of the Formula 4 Saudi Arabia. We are going, as always, trying to get some information, some strategy from all the drivers of the category. Starting from the pole position, we have Juancho Brobio. Again, Juancho, you're starting from the first row, which is pretty good. This time you're starting on the right side, starting from the pole. I see you're running fresh tires, so how you expect to start for the first lap, how you're gonna bring your strategy on until the checkered flag?
I think I will do a good defense, and hopefully I don't make any mistakes and maybe take a podium.
Okay, really good job then. Cross finger and good luck for your race. Going on the grid, we're going for the second position. Before getting into the car, we just have to be really quick. So Faisal Al-Kabani, I saw you on the previous race. You had quite a big momentum flying over. How's your back, first of all?
Back, bum and feet are a bit sore, but it was a nice flight.
Okay, you landed and you are back ready for this third race of the weekend. So what are your expectations at this time? You're starting in the first row, so...
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the goal is to take P1 into first turn, try to get a better start than Juancho, and maximize the position that I'm starting in. We got some quick people right behind me, but need to focus ahead and not on my mirrors.
Okay, really good. Yeah. No flight this time.
Hopefully not. I don't have a boarding pass.
Okay, let's going on with Hamda Al-Kubaisi, that is cleaning her visor just to get ready for... Hello? Are you ready for the race?
Yeah, ready.
You start in P3. Actually, with the reverse grid for you is quite strange, yeah. But you can take advantage to get another podium of this incredible racing weekend you are doing.
Yeah, I think it's good for me. I just need to have a good start and look ahead and finish the race hopefully on the podium. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Amda, and good luck. Let's go on to hear some voice from the other driver. That all of them now are turning on their engine because we are really close to the start of this race. So Saker Al-Mosheji, actually not really lucky race, the previous one. You had some trouble with the tire puncture and so on, but now you are really close to the podium one more time. So how you are going to use the strategy for this race?
I mean, first of all, I want to have a good start, then try to win the race.
Okay, Sakir, really good luck for your race, and let's give it all. Let's go on the grid. Let's have a talk and a chat with Omar Alderayan. Really unlucky, Omar, on the previous race with a small crash under safety car. Now you are still close to the top position. So, do you think this time you can really handle it?
Third time's the charm.
Okay, so good luck, Omar. You really deserve a great result this time. Let's have a talk with Andrei. Andrei had a great podium on the previous race, so really good job and solid race, your previous one. Are you ready for another podium attack?
Of course, after last race I feel really confident, and I think you can manage to score another podium now.
Do you feel you're getting better and better the more you drive in this car?
Yeah, of course. Every race I feel small improvements, and you know, racing is also very different to karting, the size of the car, so I feel like every race I'm improving.
Okay, good luck, Andre, and see you later. Let's go to have a little chat with Kirill Kuskov that just finished talk with engineer Felipe. So Kirill, hello. We are just going for the third race of the weekend. The previous one, you were really close to get a chance to win the race, but actually then you had a small momentum with Al-Kubaisi. Which will be your strategy for this race? Do you think you still have a chance to go on?
Just keep it calm and try to go in front as much as it's gonna be possible.
Okay, thank you, Kirill. So it's really all. So enjoy the race. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Marcello, and thank you to all of our young drivers down on the grid. As you heard from Kirill Kutskov, we're just about to go on track, and I believe at 12:22, which the clock has just ticked over to, we will have a green pit lane. And let's quickly run through the starting order while we wait for that to happen. On pole position, we have John Cho Aprobio in the car number 77, the red car, driving for the Philippines. In second position, we have Faisal Al-Kabani. Faisal Al-Kabani, of course, driving the silver number 7 car. Hamda Al-Kubaisi rounds out the top 3 in the 8 purple car from the UAE. Sagar Al-Mashers takes up the top spot on the third row of the grid. He is followed, of course, by Omar Al-Walid Al-Durrani. That's Kuwait versus Saudi for anybody who's paying attention. Andrei Petrovic is follows closely behind in the red number 49 car, with Kirill Kutskov in the blue number 23 car, driving for Kazakhstan. Rounding out the top 10, we have Oscar Wirtz, Solomon Zanfari, and Federico Al-Rafai. Abdulaziz Abu Zinada, Lara Villas, Amr Al-Kubaisi, Abdul Al-Kubaisi, Jabber Al-Thani round out the rest of the grid. And unfortunately, Jabber is not able to be here this weekend as he has other commitments in his schooling. Well, I heard some engines revving up their Luca, and I'm sure we're out on track, and indeed we are, with the red number 77 car of Juan Cho Probio coming into leading the procession around the formation, the sighting lap. A bit of bad luck for Juan Cho in the last race. He didn't manage to get away, but not a problem at all, because he's back on the grid now and he's ready to go yet again. What's going to happen, Luca, coming down into the first lap, into the first corner now? We've seen that 1A and 1B are overtaking opportunities. What's your prediction?
Yeah, I spoke to Juancho, and unfortunately in the previous race he wanted to warm up the tire. He knew it was important, he knew it was crucial, and by doing that he lost control in the warm-up lap in between turn 1 and 1A, and unfortunately this is why he had to stop. And now he's really pumped up. We explain again how to warm the tires in the best manner, also in the safe manner for him, you know, to make sure he can have his best opportunity to have his race. And definitely he doesn't have so much experience in terms of standing starts, and he has to try his best.
Well, speaking about corner 1A and 1B, let's have a brief look at the circuit once again from the driver's, or from the bird's eye point of view. Here we go.
So, amazing circuit. After the start we have a tight chicane, 1A, 1B like you said, and after that is a really long straight where the guys can take slipstream, try overtaking into 2, then uphill and downhill between 3, 4, very long and fast section between 6, and after especially 7, because after 7 there is a really right and left circuit and the sector of the circuit that is really high speed, and before the last corner then we can have an overtaking opportunity. Is 5.6 kilometers, which is really long, one of the longest circuits generally, and it's nice because it has a really fast section to start with a long straight line, then very technical, and then fast corners before the last one, which is more of a overtaking opportunity. So elevation changes. There is a bit of everything, honestly.
Yeah, I walked. Well, I didn't walk the track, Luca. I won't tell a lie. I drove around the track a few times.
You drove,
though.
okay.
Yeah, my excuse was it was too cold to walk, but I don't know if that was true or not. So I've gone around a bit as well, and you're right. You don't see it on the camera, but the elevation change is quite incredible.
Yes.
What does that do to the driving line? I mean, if it's not a flat corner, if you're going uphill instead, how does that change things?
So, especially at the beginning, it makes things more difficult, because the first few laps during practice, you really have to understand where is the line. So it changes because whoever is able to understand the racing lines the sooner, then he can start, pushing harder and harder, and he can start on the right foot, let me say. But it's also one of those places, like we also have in Europe. It can be, let me say, I don't know, Portimao or Spa, places with elevation changes that sometimes during a race weekend you never stop learning. So it's nice because every time you find slightly better places where you find better grip, better visibility, overtaking opportunities. And so a circuit like that is one of those places that you never stop learning lap after lap.
Thanks, Luca. We're on the grid now. This is not the start of the race. This is just the start of the formation lap. In a few seconds, we'll get underway. There you go, green flag lap as we come around for the cars to finish warming up their tires. Once they stop on the grid at the end of this lap, we will have all 5 lights go on, and as they extinguish, we will be underway for the 3rd race of the season. Luca, talking about the track, talking about going uphill, let's talk about the wind. How is it affecting these young drivers? Because there's a lot of wind here, but is it consistent or is it changing direction all the time?
So basically, like everywhere we go, normally the wind changes always around lunchtime. Is more or less what happens. Basically, you wake up in the morning and you have a certain wind, then wind around lunchtime. Normally it sort of stops because it's the time that is sort of starting to change the direction, and then this is more or less the time now. So now the wind is less compared to this morning, and we will see if maybe for the next race we will have again a bit of wind. So this is changing because from one race to the other the condition are slightly different, and you have to readjust. What do you have to readjust? You have to readjust your braking point, because at high speed having or not having the wind might change a little bit your top speed, so you can brake in some places a little later, some places a little earlier. And in the high speed, if you have side wind, that can affect a little bit the balance. Of course, the more sophisticated the car, the more affect the balance. These cars are Formula cars, and with wings and underwing and the flat floor, so not flat floor, but still the floor with extractors. So it does affect. Of course, it's one of those junior formulas that the aerodynamic is sophisticated, but of course it's manageable from the drivers at this age of this experience. So it's everything related, I would say.
I guess that makes a lot of sense, and you can see them now weaving to warm up their tires, as Lucas told us time and time again, trying to beat it into my head. The first thing you have to do is the longitudinal braking to get the rims, well, to get the brake calipers and the brake discs up to temperature, which warms up the rims, which warms up the inside of the tires. And now at the end of the formation lap, you start to get into your weaving, and as you can see, of course, the car's now coming around through turns 16, 17 and 18. We're just coming into the last sector of the race, of the lap, I should say. The formation lap that is, and down the back straight they will be going at any moment, so that means very, very shortly indeed we will be lining up on the grid for the start of the 3rd race. And I am, for one, extremely excited to see what is going to happen between John Brobio, Faisal Al-Gabani and Hamda Al-Kubaisi at the front of the grid at the beginning of this race. Hamda, of course, a lot more experience than some of the drivers on track, perhaps even some of the ones in front of her, so she may try to make a move. In fact, I'm certain she will try to make a move at the beginning of the race, and she needs to focus now on getting a good launch and getting away from the line as fast as possible. Luca Philippe, if you could talk to her right now, if you were in here with a radio, what would you be telling her?
So after a very strong pace that she has shown over the course of the weekend, just focus on your things and you know, have a clean lap, the first one, and then make sure that your pace will be the key, you know, to get a strong position at the end of the race.
Now, would you advise her to look in her right-hand side mirror or her left-hand side mirror? Because on the left, she's got Sagar Al-Mashaj in the blue number 5 car driving Kuwait. He is determined to win a race this weekend. And on her right, well, just behind her, I should say, I suspect he's going to go to the right, is Omar Aldouani. And he's told us all live on TV that he's going to win one race this event. So he's going to be making a move, I'm sure, as well.
She has to look both sides because they are, both of them, very aggressive, and you know, they will try their best this race.
Okay, here we are, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, all 5 lights are on, and as they extinguish, we are underway. Looks like Saga got a great start. He's already jumped. He's passed the number 7 car in front of him. The number 8 car looks like she's got a good start as well, but she's holding off. She's got to defend now against Kirill and, of course, Omar as well. Number 77, number 11, I should say, Oscar Wurtz. It's like he's trying to make a move around the outside of turn 1, gets the inside line through turn 1A, 1B. Of course, he's on the back foot again, but that was at least 3 wide there coming through 1B with the mid-pack. It looks to me as if there is a light blue car trying to make a move coming down into turn 2. Is there going to be some action here on screen just now?
So Amda,
yes,
she's in
there
P1.
is. Amda's in P1, Sagar in P2, and there's a contact between John Shobrobio, and that is a white car. That might be Oscar Wurtz as we come up over the crest, down into the carousel. 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we are, the long sweeping left-hander. We've seen overtakes here before on Omar Aldouani, and has he managed to keep his place? He is indeed managing to keep his place. And is that a white car overtaking a blue car just ahead of Omar Aldouani? It may indeed be. And we're going to have a quick look back at the beginning of the race to see exactly what's happened so far. Here we are, that's John Shobrobio in second position because Hamda Al-Khabaisi got such a good start. She was up into first right away. Sagar just behind him. Contact there between number 7 and number 7 it is, and John Shobrobio. That number 7 would be Faisal Al-Kabani, I believe. Spin off there, that's number 99, that's Abdulaziz Abu Zanada, but no worries, folks, he got going again. He's an experienced hand in these F4 cars now, having almost 2 events under his belt, and you can see the cars continue to go around the track. Down now into the back straight, I believe we're coming up on. We have on screen Omar Aldouani just briefly a moment ago. He is determined to win a race this weekend, and this is really his best opportunity to do so, but he's got to put his foot down to the floor if he wants to make it happen. On screen you can see Hamda Al-Khabaisi still in first place. The number 5 car, Sagar Al-Mashaj, up into second place. The number, is that an orange, number 52? Is that Solomon Zanfari? How on earth has he managed to get up into there? Solomon Zanfari starting P9 up into P3 on what is now the second lap of the race. Just behind him we have a white car. That seems to be the number 11 of Oscar Wurtz, and 2 cars back is his teammate number 10 Federico Al-Rafai. These 2 young gentlemen are the drivers to look out for this weekend because they've had a fantastic battle the whole event. Now let's have a look back to the front of the grid. Hamda pulling out a bit of a lead perhaps in front of Sagar. Sagar maybe deciding to hold his car back, have a bit of a breather lap and go again on the next round. The contact between cars number 77 and number 7 is under investigation at turn 2. Number 77, of course, John Cho. Number 7, Faisal Al-Kabani. That's Philippines versus Saudi Arabia. The green number 77 and the silver number 7 coming down now on screen. We have the orange 52 though, Solomon Zanfari, who has had a fantastic start to the race, up into P3, I believe. Yes, indeed, he is in the orange number 52 car driving for Morocco this weekend, and I'm sure every weekend of his life so far. Down into the pit lane now, though, we can see, of course, the family and friends of the drivers all looking on to the live stream, as it seems like there may be somebody coming into the pit lane just briefly. Down we are back into turns 9, 10 and 11 before the right hand side section. Looks like there may have been a bit of damage to the number 99 car. He spun off previously at turn 2 and when there was the contact between number 7 and 77, and he may have had a bit of damage and now has unfortunately ended up having to stop. Let's have a replay again now and see exactly what's going on. Here we are, car number 99. Unfortunate there, very unfortunate there for Abdulaziz Abu Zanada. Just lost it coming out of the corner. Which corner is that there, Luca?
This is turn 2, so it's you arrive from the fastest section of the circuit, and he lost it under braking, and unfortunately then he spun the car, and now we have safety car, while Oscar already got the place on Zamfari, and now they will go to safety car condition. Just
Safety
in
car
time, I think, we have to review this, but just in time, I think Oscar Wurz was able to overtake Zamfari into the last corner, into turn 20. Zamfari must have had maybe a little mistake, I guess, exiting turn 19, so that gave an opportunity to Oscar Wurz, that he had tremendous bad luck in race 1 and 2, and finally he's looking for a podium finish in race 3.
Well, I wish him all the best, and I hope that everything was okay there, and that he just managed to make the move before the safety car boards came out. Of course, everything on the TV screen is not 100% synced up, so we are at a bit of a delay. But race control is, I'm sure, already reviewing the incident, and everyone will make sure that exactly what needs to happen happens. Replay of the race start coming up now, guys, in just a moment. So let's go quiet and see exactly how the first few seconds of the race turned out. Look at that jump away. Hamza had a great start. The car to her left, which was not able to get away quite as quickly. That's the 7 of Faisal Al-Kabani, seemed to drop back quite significantly, and that gave Sagar Al-Mashers and the other drivers a chance to get straight up into position. You can see 3 wide there, once again going through the exit of turn 1A into the entrance of 1B. Fantastic driving from these young drivers, giving us a brilliant spectacle this weekend. Coming down the back straight now, or the second straight I should say, we can see there's going to be more action coming into turn 2 in just a second. This is, of course, the second corner of the track, and Luca, really a fantastic overtaking opportunity right there.
Yes, and there was a fight in between Wancho and Faisal, the two guys starting on the first row, and unfortunately they collided in turn 2, and it was real shame for both, because Wancho had an amazing start. He was able to keep the lead into 1 and 1A, 1B, and then Amda took the advantage.
And back for another replay of the start just now. All 4 lights are on, 5 lights are on, and as we get away, we can see from the front angle exactly what happened. You can see Sagar dart to the right to get around Faisal Al-Kabani, and the other cars taking advantage as well. Hamda Al-Kabasi, fantastic launch. Sagar actually really a very good launch, but he's managed to take that second position, and well done to him. Of course, driving for Kuwait this weekend, it's fantastic to see a Kuwaiti driver on the top step, well, on the steps of the podium. Back down into turn 2 once again here. Let's see exactly what happened from a different angle. Sagar tries to have a look down the inside. Not quite enough space. Hamda's defending the 77 N5 car. Omar Al-Walid Al-Durrani defending Andrei Petrovic just behind him. Contact there between 7 and John Cho Barobio. That's, of course, Faisal Al-Kabani and John Cho. Coming down through the carousel now. This is really a beautiful sector. Luca, you might be right. This might be the best corner on the track. 49 there. That's Andrei Petrovic from Russia joining us from Rotex this weekend. And really, it's a fantastic race start. And it's unfortunate that we're back to safety car. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We'll give laps back at the end of the race so that we can get more time on track. It looks like Abdulaziz Abuzanadan just putting his steering wheel back into the car now so that the marshals can recover the vehicle and bring it back into behind the safety, into the back behind the safe surface barrier, and then we can go racing again very soon indeed.
So the positive, at least, is that Wancho is able to stay in the group, even if there was a contact between him and Faisal. But I definitely have seen that Wancho and Faisal, they are both still on track. I really hope that both of them they don't have significant damages on the car. The impact wasn't big, to be honest. It was a bit of wheel-to-wheel banging, and then at least, you know, with the safety car compacting, they can join the group and race to the end of the race.
I hope that works out for everybody involved. As you can see, the cars now having just come down the back straight, coming onto the main straight at turn 20. Everybody weaving a little bit to try to keep their tires warm as possible. So as soon as that we get underway once again, their cars are ready to go. They're crossing just in front of the commentary booth right now, ladies and gentlemen. And really, I got to say, the cars look beautiful, Luca, with the wrap and all the sponsor logos on the cars. What do you think of the color? Do you have a favorite color?
You know, I don't know. I love the yellow car, to be honest. I really love it. I also like how the purple fits the two Alcubasi, also their helmets, and I just like the whole package of the purple plus the sisters and their helmets. I think it looks great.
Have you seen the purple cars at night?
Yes, and
so
it's
much
so
better
nice.
at night.
It's bright, you know. It really stands out. But also I like the yellow a lot. I think it's very racy, and you know, all of them, you know, the brand new cars. This status Autotecnica Pirelli, and we had the shakedown on the cars for the trophy event in Bahrain. All the cars are brand new, all the cars with the same setup, same settings, and we through the testing decide what we think is the best setup for the drivers in terms of durability of the tires of the weekend, in terms of performance, and also in terms of drivability, to find for them, you know, a balanced setup. We listen to all the drivers' opinion and we try to find the right balance. And we have a really big group of professional engineers that they have a briefing after every session, so they internally discuss and come together to the final decision on what is the setup for everybody. So at the end, it's equal in terms of performance. So the best driver is the guy that is supposed to win the races. Then, you know, there are also other factors like you know, starting positions and so on, and racecraft and everything that is involved in a race weekend. But we want to have the talent that is displayed in these races.
But Luca, I'm always hearing that different drivers have a different preference of oversteer and understeer. So are you still able to adjust something on the car to give them a little bit of the feeling they prefer?
So yes, the engineer, they have a little adjustability in order to give them the best feeling. They can play, for example, a little bit with the pressure and with other things that we give a little bit of freedom, but just like you say, to adjust the balance. But once we have the car in the right window, then it's just a matter of finding, you know, just fine-tuning, and at the end, you know, they can make the car suiting the driving style, but also it's also up to them sometimes to adapt themselves to what we think is the best setup.
So, message from safety control, ladies and gentlemen. The safety car is in this lap, and indeed we've just seen the lights be extinguished, and the safety car is proceeding back to the pit lane and leaving Hamda Al-Khabaisi in the 8 purple car driving for UAE to control the grid. You can see her holding everybody up, warming up her tyres, preparing for her run. If it was you, Luca Philippe, where would you put the gas down? Well, it's too late. You don't get to make the decision because Hamda Al-Khabaisi has already put the gas down as she comes down the back straight at full throttle down into turn 20. In just a moment, we'll see exactly what's going to happen, but it looks to me as if Sagar Al-Mashaj is going to try and make a move up the inside, perhaps, or perhaps he's not quite close enough. But just behind them, the orange and red cars of Andrei Petrovic and Solomon Zanfari tried to make a move as well, but they, the Moroccan driver managed to fight him off. And coming down into the main straight now, we're going to see what's going to happen between Sagar and Hamda. It's very close indeed. Knoxville Works as well, very close indeed. In fact, the top 5 cars are all so close together they could all afford to make a move. Coming down into 1A and 1B, but of course these drivers now have a lot of experience at this track under their belts, and they're biding their time to find a secure overtaking position where they don't risk their position in order to gain another one. But that's really a delicate balance, Luca. You've got to risk something. You can't risk nothing at all.
The group is very compacted all together, with Hamda still in the lead, but Saker Amosherji, she's literally close to her, really on her tail. So, but also Oscar Gurtz is there. You know, you cannot make like a single little mistakes that you have somebody.
Up the inside of turn 6 is Oscar Gurtz going to make a move on Sagar Al-Mashaj. Indeed, he tried, but it seems like Sagar managed to hold him off because the white car is still just behind the blue car on the right of your screens, ladies and gentlemen. That's very good news indeed for Kuwait. As they come down now through turns 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, these beautiful fast switchback corners. They're actually full speed here, full throttle, even on used tyres, at least if you're Luca Filippi, as they come down now into the second sector of the track. Andrej Petrovic really coming into his own now, starting to challenge Sulejman Zanfari in the orange 52 car, of course Andrej in the red number 49, as they come around 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16, this very complicated series of right-handed corners.
Amda did an amazing middle sector, and she was able just to pull a little bit away, which is crucial in the very first lap, because you want to try and just you know, have the group a little bit more stretched. This is what you have to try and do. And of course, you know, Sagar is still able to benefit from the slipstream.
Oh, there's going to be something happening here. Andrej is right up behind the orange number 52. Gets a bit of a better exit. I think he's going to have a much better exit, in fact, coming out of turn 20. He does indeed, and it looks like he's going to be able to dive out to the outside at any moment to try and come alongside the orange number 52 car. The orange 52 defending very heavily indeed. That was one and maybe perhaps two moves even. Coming down into turn 1A and 1B. Looks like Andrej has backed off a little bit, because now he's got to worry about the car behind him. Federico Al-Rafai driving for the UAE in the number 10 car, the white car on screen. At the moment, ladies and gentlemen, he looked like he was going to try and take advantage of the action which we have seen Andrej do previously in the last event, in the last session I should say, where he managed to overtake two cars, Kirill Kutskov and I believe Sulejman Zanfari as well. But what's happening here? Looks like there's a move again between the orange and red cars of Sulejman Zanfari and Andrej Petrovic coming into turn 2. Something is going to happen between these two young gentlemen very soon indeed, as we come down through the carousel, turns 3, 4, 5, and then the sweeping left-hander. Really, Andrej can't afford to make a single mistake here, because he's got Federico Al-Rafai in his mirrors. Just behind him, Kirill Kutskov. Kirill, of course, the CRK champion last year, I believe. And, well, Federico Al-Rafai has already won one race here. He won a race back in Bahrain. He's done F4 in UAE before, and really, he's a fantastic young driver, powering through the Kuwait Motor Town circuit here, and of course, Kuwait. And for the Formula 4 Saudi Arabia Championship, we really enjoy having all these young drivers on screen. Luca Filippi, where is there going to be a move? Where is Andrej going to bide his time and make a move? Or is it, in fact, going to be a move between Omar Al-Wadid Al-Durrani in the yellow car on screen and Kirill Kutskov just in front of him in the blue number 23 car?
So now Zanfari in P3, P4, sorry, was able just to relax for
Omar Al-Wadid goes wide. He hits into that curb that sent two drivers flying in the previous session as well. That may have caused some damage to his car, at least gave the driver a bit of a shock, and he's had to back off just a little bit, but he was right up behind Kirill Kutskov, which was a fantastic fight in the making. But ladies and gentlemen, I see just in front of me, it's not on camera just yet, but on with my own eyes I can see the red car of Andrej Petrovic trying to make a move on the orange number 52 of Sulejman Zanfari. Around the last corner, he's right up beside him, ladies and gentlemen, right up beside him, and he doesn't quite manage to pull this off, but he looks like he's got a lot of slipstream. Look, he's got the speed, he's diving up the inside. Now you can see on the right hand side of your screens, ladies and gentlemen, Andrej Petrovic right behind the orange number 52 car. Can he make a move? He's going around the outside. At turn 1. He's going to get the better line through turn 1A. Does he manage to hold it off? No, not quite. Sulejman Zanfari keeps the Serbian driver just behind him through 1A and 1B, but Sulejman Zanfari is in trouble here, because Andrej Petrovic had to really come to life in this, the third race of the weekend, and we can see there's going to be some fantastic action now on track between these two young drivers. Hamda Al-Khabaisi managing to maintain her lead. It looks like Sagar is doing a good lap time. In fact, he was 0.2 of a second faster on the last lap than Hamda was, and the gap now only 0.7 of a second between the two young drivers. But really, at the moment, the battle on screen is between Sulejman Zanfari and Andrej Petrovic. The gap as they cross the start-finish line under 0.2 of a second, ladies and gentlemen. But Andrej's got to look out, because as we said before, Federico Al-Rafai is just behind him, and I'm sure he's waiting for those two drivers to make a mistake so that he can pounce and secure 2 positions for his championship competition.
So now we have a situation with the top 3 that they have an advantage and they have a gap, and they are really pushing hard, all of them, with Amda making the pace. She's really pushing hard, head down, and she's been really consistent as well in her lap times. But Saker, Al-Mosherji and Oscar Wurz, they are right behind. They are also have a bit of benefit from the slipstream, but them 3, they have now a gap to Zanfari that is a little bit struggling in this race, and try the outside in this part of the circuit is really fast. Andrej, and he has to try and stay very close to him. He will have an opportunity into the last corner. is faster in this section of the track.
He looks closer, Luca. I gotta say, he looks closer than he ever has before. Can he make a move? Indeed, he does make a move. Straight up the inside of turn 20. Fantastic move there from Andrei Petrovic. Can Sulaiman Zanfari do anything about it? Looks like he might have gotten a bit of a better exit. And Federico Al Rafai, ladies and gentlemen, Federico Al Rafai is going to take advantage on both of these young drivers. And he may well make a move down into turn 1. But Sulaiman Zanfari definitely got a better exit than Andrei did through turn 20. And that's terrible news for Federico Al Rafai. He's got to now fight, as we said, that's terrible news for Andrei Petrovic. He's got to now fight, of course, the number 10 car of Federico Al Rafai, and it's really close between these three young drivers. Let's see how quickly the gap is between them. Less than a second, but less than a tenth of a second between Sulaiman and Petrovic, and less than 0.2 of a second back to Federico Al Rafai as we come down into turn 2 now with the three cars in question. Of course, being joined now by a fourth car. That's Kirill Koskov, I believe, trying to take advantage of this situation as well. So we've got now 4 cars, I believe, fighting for third position.
So we have to say that Sulaiman Zanfari is really good in defending. He's a little bit slower in this part of the race compared to Andrei, but he's really good in the defending maneuver.
Well, let's have a quick look back at that overtake maneuver. There we go. Gets down the inside, throws it a little bit too far. Sulaiman cuts back to the inside, gets the better exit, and manages to retake the place coming into turn 1. Of course, Andrei trying to block him out there, and Federico Al Rafai on the left-hand side of your screens in the white car tries to take advantage on both the drivers, but Sulaiman Zanfari comes out of that particular battle on top.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really nice battle. Also tough, but fair, I have to say, because Andrei wanted him to close the door, but then when he realized that Sulaiman was there, he decided then to go back to the right-hand side, and Zanfari then had the inside. So it was nice, tough, but fair. I liked it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, quick message from race control. It looks like there's a 5-second penalty between cars number 77 and car number 7. Car number 7, the one receiving the penalty. As we come down now, is there some action on track that we need to take care of? Indeed, there is. Hamda Al-Khabaisi is still in the lead, and Andrei Petrovic and Sulaiman Zanfari just behind her are still battling it out for 4th position. Here we go. Is there going to be a move? It looks like he's so close. He's going to try the outside lane again. He's just not being given an opportunity to go down the inside of turn 1, which is maybe where he wants to be. Luca, do you have to be on the inside of turn 1 to make a move there?
Yes, otherwise you have to get out of turn 2B closer with the higher speed, which Zanfari has been really good in coming out fast from 1B, which leads to this long straight, and is able to defend here. So the best chance that Andrei has is still in the last corner, like he tried before.
Well, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Omar Al-Walid Al-Durrani trying to make a move as well, and I believe Kirill Koskov is just behind him, trying to take advantage of the whole situation. And back to the front of the grid just briefly, Hamda Al-Khabaisi just set the fastest lap of the race with a 2:02.934, and Sagar Al-Mashaz responded by going 0.2 faster than her in the first sector of this lap.
They are really pushing hard, the top 3, and but the pace Hamda's doing is really difficult to match, I have to say. And she's trying to pull away, and she's doing it. Like, she hasn't done a single mistake. She's driven the best I've ever seen from her. She's really doing an amazing job. She was really focused. I've seen her looking the data with Brandon, her engineer. They really knew where to improve. She already did an amazing job the previous race, and she understood where she had a little bit of margin, and I understand that she just clicked, and it's gonna be difficult to beat her today.
Indeed it is, but is she pushing a little bit too hard? Is she going to hurt her tires for the last race?
I think she's looking good in tires also. She has a very smooth driving. She's very sensitive.
Andrei Petrovic coming down into turn 20, makes the move, the same move he made just a few laps ago, but is he going to get a better exit this time? Is he going to hold on to it and keep Sulaiman Zanfari just behind him? Sulaiman now having to battle with Federico Al Rafai. Federico Al Rafai may just make this move happen between Andrei Petrovic and Sulaiman Zanfari, but Zanfari gets such a fantastic exit out of that corner. Is he going to be able to overtake again? Is he going to do it on the outside? Not quite. Ladies and gentlemen, this is good news for Serbia. Andrei Petrovic in the red number 49 up into 4th position. That's fantastic racing between all 3 drivers. And now Sulaiman Zanfari in the orange number 52 car is fighting it out with Federico Al Rafai.
Federico had a very good exit. He can try in the inside in turn 2. He will try definitely on the inside.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. What's going to happen now? He tries to make a move, not quite close enough as they come up into turn 3, down into the carousel, 4, 5, and 6. Ooh, Andrei Petrovic is so close. Oh! Solomon Zanfari jumps over the curb into the inside of turn 6 and inside. Turn 6 overtaken. Second one this weekend, Luca.
He's on the outside, Andrei, and he's able to keep it in front of him. What a move from both of them.
What a beautiful
very fair but hard racing. I love that.
It's fantastic to watch. It really is fantastic to watch, and that red car is really going around the circuit as fast as it possibly can, but the orange number 52 of Solomon Zanfari is not happy and is charging back up to the front, but he's got to contest with Federico Al Rafai just behind him. I mean, let's have a look at the lap times here. We've got Andrei Petrovic, his best time is a 2:04.409, a 2:04.315 for Solomon, a 2:04.253 for Federico, and a 2:04.167 for Kirill Kutskov. I mean, they're all within 0.2 of a second of lap times at the moment, and perhaps the guy at the back, perhaps Kirill Kutskov, is the fastest of them all if he can just find a way to get past Federico Al Rafai and start challenging the two drivers in front of him.
So, yeah, now Andrei, he has to focus in front because he was able to pull a little bit of a gap. We could see that he had a bit of margin, a bit of pace, while in the background we have seen Omar trying to overtake Amna, and they are both side by side now.
It's fantastic racing. That's the right, on the right-hand side, we've got the yellow car of Omar Walid Al-Durrani. On the left-hand side, the purple car, the number 88 car of Amna Al-Kabasi, as they come down side by side through turn 1 and 1A, and that's not turn, it's 1B, sorry. And looks like Hamza Al-Kabasi managed to keep him just behind, but that's fantastic to see on screen as well. I got to agree with you, the purple and yellow cars together look even better than they do apart. And coming down now, the second straight, we'll see if there's going to be another move, because these drivers are really neck and neck and neck. There's a battle for 4th position with 4 cars. There's a battle for, it would be 8th position between the 2 cars of Omar Walid Al-Durrani and Hamza Al-Kabasi as they come up. Looks like Omar's made a better line through the turn 3. He's managed to get in front of him for the carousel of 3, 4, and 5. What's going to happen at the sweeping left-hander of turn 6? We've seen 2 overtakes here already, and maybe there'll be a third. It looks like there's a car just behind Hamza Al-Kabasi, a white car, perhaps a silver car, that's trying to take advantage on the outside of turn 6, up the inside of turn 7. Do they make contact? No, it seems like the drivers managed to give each other enough space to continue racing, and it's really fantastic to see on screen as we come down now through the flat-out section of 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 before the right-hand section of corners 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. On screen, at the front of the screen, you've got the yellow car of Omar Al-Walid Al-Durrani, the number 18 car managing to lead the possession of the number 88 car, the purple car of Hamza Al-Kabasi. Who is just behind them? Well, it's none other than... Is that Kirill Kutskov?
Yeah, so...
no, that's the number 7 car of Faisal Al-Kabani. He's also in the fight, but it looks like there may have been a bit of contact because his damper cover seems to be just slightly loose. As they come around now, turns 18 and 19 down to the back straight, it looks like Solomon Zanfari has dropped back significantly from Andrei Petrovic, while the orange car... While the silver car of, the white car of Federico Al Rafai is right up behind the orange car of Solomon Zanfari. We will see very, very soon indeed that something special is going to happen here. But ladies and gentlemen, I've got some news for you. There's a 10-second penalty for Solomon Zanfari for exceeding track limits. So he's got to get away from the car behind him, the car number 10 of Federico Al Rafai, if he wants to maintain his position in the final standings.
So basically, by regulation, we have the race control that they have the opportunity to look in every single corner the track limits, and when the car goes out of the track behind the white line with all 4 wheels, yeah, so it means to keep a position for the moment, all 4 wheels, then it's a track limit. When you do it 3 times, then you have a warning. At the 4th time you have a penalty. So we've seen Zanfari, you see in this corner we just have seen, which is turn 4, unfortunately he's been systematically pushing the limit a little bit too much. Sometimes because you have a crest and you have a dip, it's really hard to see from the driver's perspective exactly where the line is, but I mean, you have to be responsible for that as a driver, so we have to try and help him to not do this mistake again in the next race. Also because this has been the race with more of a green light time, So everybody had more opportunity maybe to also do the track limit, so we have to make sure they are aware of that.
Yes, of course, and I think the drivers now, after a couple of races here at the Kuwait Motortown, have of course come to grips with the circuit and now can give us a true display of their talent. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, from the top we have Hamda Al-Kubaisi, Sagar Al-Mashers, Oscar Wirtz, Andrei Petrovic and Federico Al-Rafai. Petrovic and Al-Rafai are still fighting with Kirill Kutskov for that 4th position, and I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic race. But unfortunately, Salman Zanfari has the 10-second penalty, and there's an investigation for the cars number 11 and 52 for overtaking under safety car. A little bit squirrely there for Andrei Petrovic, coming out of what would be, what corner is that there, Luca?
So, great race again for Amda, and a deserved win for her. She dominated the race, fastest lap, she won the race, and she had the strongest pace. So, yeah, I mean, she is not gonna start from the front in the last race of the weekend, but she's a contender. She's been super quick. While Sakura Mosher GP2, and the gap looks a little bit big also because I guess in the last couple of laps maybe he backed off. We have seen that he had no more pace in order to fight with her. And finally a podium position for Oscar Wurz. Like you say, there is an investigation between 11 and 52, which is Oscar Wurz and Zamfari for overtaking under safety car. Like we have seen briefly, shortly before the safety car came out, Oscar Wurz was alongside when the safety car indication came on the screen. So it's one of those situations where there has to be looked on the video if the overtaking maneuver was completed before the safety car signals were on track or after. Sometimes, you know, it can be very marginal, and sometimes it's not even a reaction time that the driver, you know, can have. And we will see if we are to that point, or maybe it's just more of a easy situation to double check with the stewards later.
Well, I'm sure the stewards are already working on it, Luca. We've gotten a few messages from them, or from race control, I should say, during the course of the race. And let's just quickly run through the finishing order, and then I have to pop down to the podium just after Marcello Puglisi gives us the post-race interviews. So once again from the top, Hamda Al-Kubaisi, Sagar Al-Mashers, Andrei Petrovic, Oscar Wirtz, Federico Al-Rafai, Kirill Kutskov, Omar Al-Duran, Amna Al-Kubaisi, Solomon Zanfari, Faisal Al-Kabani, Abdullah Al-Kubaisi, Laura Villas, Jean-Charles Probio, and Abdulaziz Abu Zanada. I'll be back with you just briefly, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, Luca Philippe is going to take a very good take.
What a race from Amda. Wow, I mean, she had a podium this morning, and now she had a solid win, a really solid win, solid performance. And she had a good start, and she was able to get the first place going from the exit of turn 1 going into 2, and she won in a nice fashion. Solid win, fastest lap, strongest pace. She just went away, left the field, and she looked in control all the time. And I'm really happy to see her happy and relieved with her father. And this is the, you know, the nice side, the sweet side of motorsport. You know, family and friends involved in the difficult days, but also in the nice moments like this one. We see also Brandon is an engineer, and definitely I've seen them working very well together, very nicely. They've built a very good relationship between Brandon, Amna, and Amda, all three as a group, as a team. And also the way they were working hard before the start of this race. They were looking into little details in order to improve her driving, which was already phenomenal. But yeah, and here we have the hug with Amna, that unfortunately she had not a great race today, but definitely she must be happy for her sister. So Amda, she worked hard on her driving, and she had a little bit of margin to improve in a couple of places, and I'm sure she did, because she just dominated the race, and she did it in style, definitely. We've seen her with her father, with her sister, and also Saker Amosherji in P2, second position, congratulating with her, and I think both of them must be very happy. Then Saker at the end of the race, I think he sort of what a nice feeling to be a proud dad. What's better, you know? Proud dad with a happy girl. This is a fantastic picture we have in front of us. So this is the nice side of motorsport. Definitely a very nice race, because it was a clean green race mostly. We just had a safety car at the beginning, but this created you know, a pack in a group, and especially doing all the race under the green, it gave the drivers opportunity to really display their performances. So, classification, here we have it. Hamda Al-Kubaisi, winner of today's race 3. And Saker Al-Mosherji, P2, again, amazing race from him, like a really talented young guy. Andrei Petrovic, another podium. So, 2 podiums today for him. Good job. Oscar Wurz in P4. Finally, from Oscar Wurz in P4, so after 2 difficult races, finally Oscar was able to have a good race and score good podiums. Then Federico Alrifai in P5, strong day for him after a win in race 2. Kirill Kutskov, 6th position. Omar Alderayan, after a very hard fight with Hamda Al-Kubaisi. And in P9, Suleiman Zamfari, who have been penalized with a 10 seconds penalty for track limits. So unfortunately for him, he lost his 5th place. And Faisal Al-Kabani, position 10. We have seen him with a bit of a damage on the damper cover, so we had a bit of a contact at the beginning of the race. Position 11 for Laura Villers, and position 12 for Abdullah Al-Kubaisi, the brother of the Al-Kubaisi sisters, and position 13 for Juancho Probrio from Philippines, starting from pole position, and then Abdulaziz Abuzenada, who unfortunately had a spin and created the safety car right at the beginning of the race. What a fantastic race today for race 3. Amazing stuff. We can see the replays from today. So much fighting, so much going on. Here we have Faisal and Juancho colliding. And unfortunately, when Abdulaziz Abudenada lost the car and created the safety car. Then we have Hamda at the front, trying to pull away from Saker, and Omar losing track position after a mistake going on the curbs. Omar is a fighter, and about the fight, what a fight between these two. Petrovic trying twice the inside in turn 20 to Zamfari, then Zamfari defending brilliantly. Amazing defense maneuver from Zamfari, but then finally had a very good pace, Andrei, and managed to get the podium position. And here we have a really happy Hamda, a very deserved winner of today. Fastest lap, dominating the race, and I think she did her best, and she couldn't done any better. So the start was definitely the key point of the day, because we had a good start from the pole sitter Juancho in the red car, Guancho had a good start, but Faisal on the right hand side of the screen didn't. So definitely Faisal should work better on his start, while on number 5 in the light blue we have Saker and Amda in number 8 already fighting for the top positions. In the white car we have Oscar Wurz trying to come through the field, and now we see Amda that she is able to have a good exit and take the lead. Great stuff from Amda, and Amda going into turn 2 in the lead, and then we have Saker in the inside and Faisal colliding with Guancho, and both of them losing ground, losing positions. Then this is the fight we have seen with Oscar Wurz at the beginning of the race. Was really fast, and he went up to 3rd place after overtaking Andrei Petrovic, and then after overtaking Zamfari as well. We see again from the drone, so slow start from Zamfari in the silver car, while very good from Guancho, and behind him we have Amda Al-Kubaisi that is in 2nd for the moment. Then we will see Amda preparing the exit and then cutting to the inside, crossing and having a better exit, really fast exit for her. And Saker in the light blue taking the slipstream of Guancho and then sending it, braking late into the inside of turn 2. And then after this corner, these two guys at the front, Amda Kubaisi and Sakera Mosherji, never left their positions anymore, having, you know, a really, really strong and consistent pace. We have seen amazing battles in the group, especially for 3rd and 4th positions, and it has been a really, really exciting race. So shortly the guys will go on the podium, and definitely we have had several different drivers standing on the podium. With Saker is his 2nd time already after yesterday's podium. Also for Amda, she had 2 podiums today, and if Andrei Petrovic is confirmed 10th on the podium, then also for Andrei is twice on the podium. While this morning we also had Federica Rifai as a winner in what we call his race 2, and yesterday's race 1 winner was Suleiman Zamfari, that had a really good start and a really good opening of the lap, and he took advantage from the fight of the 2, let's say, white teammates yesterday in the race 1, with Oscar Wurz after he made a slight mistake in the restart. Then he had a collision with Federico Rifai, with Oscar out of the race, Federico penalized, and then Suleiman Zamfari, that was already in the lead, then he was able to pull away and win the opening race of the weekend. We just remind you that the first race is also the race that gives you the full points in the system, while race 2, race 3 with the reverse grid, starting grid then gives you the half point system, and then the next one, which is the race 4, again we will have full points. So the next race is also one of the most crucial races of the weekend, because we have the full points, because it's the last one of the race weekend. So definitely everybody will try his best. The grid will be determined by the 4th fastest lap, so the grid will be a little bit different than what we have seen, because we will have few guys that because of track limits or because of red flags or other reason, they didn't set enough lap time. So we might see a bit of a different scenarios with some fast guys starting at the back, some at the front, and we might see a lot of action. Definitely we hope that we can have a nice and clean race like we just had, that has displayed a lot of fighting, a lot of fun, a lot of entertainment for us, but I guess a lot of fun for the drivers as well, because what I've seen, it was like a really fair and nice fighting on track. So we couldn't have a better place, a better circuit. Kuwait is one of the newest circuit in the Middle East, and with the longest configuration, that is more than 5.6 kilometers, so it's really long lap, 20 corners, and many different configurations. When you have the longest layout, which is the one that we are doing now, you can have more of a shorter national layout, which is, for example, what is the touring cars that we see on track that are gonna do it shortly. And then we also have other options to make a different configuration. This is the one we're using, is the most complete, and but all of them are really exciting and also difficult to drive. I've been myself driving quite a lot in the testing before the race weekend, because we've been doing some shakedown with the cars. Every car that is new or is being repaired, we have a shakedown in order to double check that the conditions are 100%, that we don't have any technical issues, and that all the cars, they are equal in terms of performance. So this is something that from the championship, it has been phenomenal. Very big organization in order to have all the cars set, ready, and up to their best from the technical point of view. So it has been a lot of action. It has been a long week for us, with 3 days of testing, plus yesterday practice qualifying and race 1, and then today, Saturday, is the day of the races. So with 3 races, there's a lot of action, a lot going on, and the guys, they have also to manage the tires, because for once the weekend starts, so from the Friday morning, from the practice, you have the opportunity to use 2 complete set of tires, and you have to manage the tires through the both days. So some will have the better tires for some of the races where they have maybe better starting position, and maybe use the more used set for the races where you're starting back with the grid, or upside down. You know, you can do your strategy from this point of view with your engineer. The team is composed by a group of 2 drivers with the same colors of the car, and you have one race engineer and one data engineer, plus we have many mechanics and extra engineers and the chief engineers, and a group of 4 coaches dedicated to all of them. We also have a physiotherapist and a trainer that is helping all the drivers to stay fit between the races, and before the races we help them to learn more from their body, what is needed for their preparation before the race in terms of warm-up and activation. Some they need to relax a little bit more, some they need to activate their body more. So we try and help them discover and understand all these processes. All of them are very young, very talented, but most of them with still not so much experience. So we try and transfer as much as experience that we can from ourselves. So we are really proud on these guys, what they are doing, what they are displaying. and with some of the drivers that they arrived with no expectation, and suddenly they finish on the podium, and they have the opportunity to fight with Formula 4 cars, which are the best category in the world for junior formulas when you are dreaming about becoming a Formula 1 driver. So this is the first step of a long journey that can lead potentially to Formula 1, but for sure it will lead to a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. So it has been an amazing race. We will meet again for race 4, which is later in the afternoon. Thank you for being with us, and we have a final race of the Formula 4 Saudi Arabia Championship here from Kuwait Motor City. Thank you very much.